Hello everyone, Chris back again with you in Gaming Zone. Would like to apologize for the late review of World War 3. As mentioned with previous video, this year I have a lot of work to do, hence the lower counts of uploads these months. Anyway, cutting the crap, time to review this World War 3 that Polish people announced and started. Would like to start with the fact that World War 3 is created by a Polish indie developer called The Farm 51. They also created such a game as Get Even, which also gathered around some attention from everyone else. Because the project is created by such a small team, it's expected that the budget spent of the game is quite low compared to bigger companies. From what I researched, the investments were of about 8 million Polish zlotys, or $2 million roughly, hence the early access release of the game, to fund the development until the end. Let's cover the looks of the game. Many people say that it is strikingly similar to Battlefield 4, with dark tones. I would like to say that the game might be similar in tones, but the pacing is completely different from what people expected it to be. Also, a friend of mine cited that this game feels like a Call of Duty. This is not Call of Duty-like. The maps are pretty big, and you have to run for a while to get near the control points, while on Call of Duty, you just run 2 seconds. With me playing the game during testings, I can say that it's good old Battlefield 2 with Battlefield 4 graphics. Even playing the game, I felt like playing the Refractor era Battlefields, with good old team killing as default, somewhat clunky vehicles, and of course the time to kill also being in the range of hardcore modes available there. Style is pretty good, I like the theme selected, and even the soundtrack is on point. Really loved the main menu ambience. Although the game is not Battlefield, it feels familiar to those games, with Refractor era mechanics featured in Unreal Engine. Seriously, I lost myself into soldier customization. Although some things are not working during the release of this review, man, the way you can customize your soldier is simply amazing. For both factions, you can basically wear anything. Among the lines, you can also change the voiceover of your soldier, something I haven't seen before. You can create custom kits and choose what type of protection they have, ranging from some Kevlar up to steel, from light assault to heavy support. Gadgets and weaponry are also not unlocked behind the classes. You can choose to wear a sniper rifle, a machine gun and first aid kit with no problems. Ridiculous fun, and that's just the surface. You can change the stocks, optics, even magazines, ammo type and add patches on the weapons. We have an AK-15, a default version. You can easily make it a machine gun with some changes in barrel and placing a drum magazine. This part is just on point, great job with this one. Maps are quite interesting, but Warsaw sticks most out of the bunch. The game has 4 locations at the moment: Berlin, Moscow, Smolensk and Warsaw. These maps are big and feel pretty good at gameplay. Moscow, however, is not my favorite, as at times it's too open and you can get wasted on the way out of the spawns. I appreciate that Warsaw gives me the Siege of Shanghai vibes, feeling like that map, but without annoying snipers from up top and that pretty bad levolution. The game is set during World War 3. You can't believe it, right? The action takes place in 2026, as seen with most of the banners in-game. Would like to say that factions are only 2, which are West and East. That's basically it. There's nothing political involved into the game, nor any mentions of an antagonist country. Players are free to choose on the list what country is available at start, and play as a soldier from the chosen army. Awesome take, removing that cliché Russians are villains out of the game. Sadly, there is no campaign or at least stories of how everything started. Would like to see at least some backstory of how the events depicted in the game started. And now with some bad parts, which the game suffers from. First up, the jiggery animations. My eyes can't stand this torture. I feel like these remained the same since the test that took place some months ago. I get the idea that the budget may be low, but the animations are crucial when related to first-person shooters. This weirdness needs to be fixed, because competitive gameplay in such a mess is not possible. Player camera in crouch and standing position is weird. They feel the same. The animations are animations, which might take some time to remake and replace, but the view height during standing and crouching is really small. At times I have no idea if I'm crouched or not, and that's why I make involuntary jumps to go back to default position. Running also looks the same in both views, and that's a no-no from me. Please fix this. Sounds of weapons are pretty bad. Some are decent, some feel like firing a nerf in a camera. The amount of facepalms that this created for me is quite the number, and these need some new, more realistic additions. And please, optimization. I have recommended settings, yet I still manage to dip into low 30s and 40s. The fact that turning around really quickly also decreases the frame rate is weird. Do something about this, please. In the meanwhile, I will reduce the quality a bit. Overall, I'm impressed and pleased with the game. With my disagreeing related to Battlefield franchise's turn, this game is going to take some of those people as me and keep them entertained for a while. World War 3, although a project created by a small studio, can attract some public attention, with many outlets really comparing the game and at times ranking it above Battlefield terms. But let's mark the line, this is still an early access product. The initial release was rough, with connectivity and server problems revealed by early players. In my country, you can purchase the game for $14, which for me personally is a steal for such a game. Right now, the game just started its long road of time, and I hope that most of the stuff we see today will be polished. That's it, friends, this is my review of World War 3 by Farm51. The game is an early access release, but my hopes are on the project's growth and continued support by developers. More videos will come related to the game, so stay tuned for more. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe for more content, like, dislike and drop your comments down below. This was Chris, see you on the next one.